With the latest on the earthquake, but nearly a week after the disaster, survivors are still being found buried in the rubble. World News Tonight anchor David Muir is live in Turkey with more on these remarkable rescues. Good morning, David.
Lindsay, good morning. And we are witnessing at this hour an unimaginable and heartbreaking scene unfolding here behind me in Adana, Turkey. Take a look over my shoulder here and you can see the search and rescue teams who have been working around the clock here. This used to be a 17-story apartment building, and what they have done just moments ago is something sadly we have learned means they have found another body. They are now holding a blanket up, a show of respect for these lives lost as they find one after another here throughout the earthquake zone. The story across Turkey and Syria this morning, more than 21,000 dead, and yet still the miracles.
This morning here on the ground in Turkey, unimaginable devastation as far as the eye can see. Overnight, we witnessed volunteers and workers painstakingly clearing rubble brick by brick, hoping for life, but increasingly finding heartbreak.
It's impossible to imagine the work that continues for these search and rescue teams, and you can see another one of these very difficult moments, holding up a blanket where it's believed they've discovered another body in the rubble.
Yet still, despite the odds and difficult conditions, the more than 600 aftershocks slowing rescue workers and the bitter cold, there have been incredible stories of survival. This morning, we have learned of a 10-day-old baby rescued after 90 hours underneath the rubble, taken into an ambulance, wrapped in a thermal blanket. His mother saved too, carried away on this stretcher. Our Ian panel reporting in the border town of Antakya, witnessing this miraculous moment. Rescuers hearing survivors calling for help beneath the rubble, more than 80 hours after the earthquake struck. Workers calling for silence as they try to locate the source of the sound. Finally, after careful work, 50-year-old Mehmet and his mother are pulled from the rubble.
These moments are becoming increasingly rare and increasingly remarkable. More than 3 days after they were buried, seemingly alive, a mother and a son rescued alive from under the rubble.
In nearby Hatay, another moment of joy when 3-year-old Ayman is pulled to safety, keep them trapped for 85 hours. In Gaziantep, these rescuers overcome with emotion as they pull 17-year-old Adnan out from the debris, the teen miraculously surviving a harrowing 96 hours underneath. This morning, help now pouring in from around the world. Our Marcus Moore in Adiyaman, where rescue teams from the U.S. are now on the ground.
For days, the only ones searching for survivors amidst the rubble here in Adiyaman were the everyday citizens. But now teams from the United States and other countries are here to help in this urgent effort, and you can see just the scale of this catastrophe.
Nearly 200 people from the elite U.S. aid teams are now in Turkey. Dogs searching for survivors, the teams with specialized search equipment. They can work for weeks in this devastated city. But across the border in Syria, war making it difficult for international aid to arrive. Images of the devastation there just as chilling. Above the city of Besnaya, a haunting scene on top of smoldering rubble. Rescue volunteers known as the White Helmets working around the clock across Syria, determined to find life buried deep beneath the debris. While back in Turkey, in the middle of the night here, we meet the families camped in front of small fires like this one, trying to stay warm as they wait for a miracle. We meet Zuhal and Khan, and we learn of unthinkable loss.
How many loved ones did you lose?
12.
They say the psychological toll has been unbearable. Erdi and Razul say they're here as they wait for word about a friend, a mother with her daughter who are in that rubble. They tell me their hope is fueled by their mind and their heart.
Your mind and your heart is here.
Yes, they tell me, this is a way to honor them.
And you know, we were up in the overnight hours here in Turkey with these families, with these loved ones. They have built those small fires all through the neighborhood here, not only to keep warm, but to keep vigil. And each and every one of them told us that they do it because they have to honor those who still have not been pulled from the rubble. We think about all of the families this morning, and I also think about something else. If you look at all these search and rescue workers, they have been at this now entering day 5 here, and as they hold up yet another blanket on the pile there of that rubble, you just have to think about what it is they have witnessed day in and day out, and they do it with dignity for the lives lost here throughout the earthquake zone. Lindsay?
Just so heart-wrenching and, tremendous work by those rescue workers. David, thank you.